I try but I can't find her. Oh, you're dancing real close. Real close. You're making it hard for me. Alright. Okay. What's up? Hey. How you doing? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've said that. I haven't filmed since like February and it's going on May. Whoa. Yeah. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. Ignore this little, window mishap. We're gonna ignore that and act like that's not there. Yeah. Hey, if you're new here, Kiara Monye. Everybody calls me Keys. If you're not new here, thank you for tuning back in after my unintentional but much needed long extended break. So today we're going to be playing catch up. We're going to be talking about where I've been. We're going to have a little update on my life if you're curious at all. And if you're not curious but you're staying because I'm cute, then we'll take that too because I'm kind of funny. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. All right. First things first. I don't really know. We just have a lot of shit to talk about. All right. So where have I been? All right. So if you follow me on any like social media platform, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, you know that I deal with severe anxiety and depression, CPTSD, and some other forms of mental health diseases, and those have just been extremely intense for me, hence the word severe. So like anxiety and depression, like they're both at the opposite ends of the spectrum. So anxiety, it makes me have a lot of anxiety attacks, makes me very panicky, makes me on edge. It feels like I'm never doing enough. There's constant chatter in my head. It's very busy. It's like being in the center of the busiest place you can think of, but feeling like super aware, overstimulated. Like anxiety just makes me like, it just fucks me up. And with my recent anxiety, I've developed like a road fear or a fear of driving. And so when I'm driving, I have to like alter my breathing. I have to create landmarks for myself, like, okay, we made it here. Okay, we made it here. Okay, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Okay, we made it here. All right, now we get to stop at a stop sign. So take a deep breath here. Like, it's just been a lot while I've been driving. So that's been like one of the biggest triggers for me with my anxiety as of recent. And I'm pretty sure it stemmed from a trip I took to Atlanta back in December, where I had a very bad panic attack on the road. I literally had to pull over for like 45 minutes because it was so intense. And I think after that, driving just became scary for me in general. I have no idea where this fear developed because I love driving. I used to love to just get in the car and take off. Even like a year ago, like when I would be home in Atlanta and Lottie would be asleep and mom, and dad would be watching over her, I would just hop in the car and just like drive 30 minutes out and then drive 30 minutes back, and that gave me that hour. Like, it was just very peaceful for me. But now I can't even do that shit because I hate being on the road. Like, I just don't enjoy it anymore. It's very scary for me. So that's anxiety. And now depression, it's like Noah's Ark rainfall. You hear what I'm saying? Constant rain, constant like gloomy days, just being sad, not really knowing why or having actual reasons. I really don't always have triggers for the onset of depression. It's just always there, and when Miss Mamas wants to come and disrupt my life, she shows up and was like, "What's up? I miss you." And I'm like, "Didn't really miss you, but what's up?" And it has just been very overcast in my life for a couple of weeks, and I'm probably not dealing with some emotions that I need to be dealing with because I just feel like I never have the time. I know I need to make it, I'm aware, but I feel like I don't have the time, because when I deal with emotions, it takes me a while to really understand them, really to go through feeling them in its entirety, and I just be like, bro, I got shit to do. I cannot engage with these emotions right now because it's going to halt the progress that I need to make in other parts of my life. So I feel like maybe that's probably why my depression has onset so bad. Overall though, I feel like dealing with both make me extremely tired, fatigued, exhausted, sore, like I'm always in pain, loss of appetite, either having a hard time sleeping or sleeping too much. Like when I have the opportunity to sleep, I'll set my alarm for maybe an hour and I'll be asleep for like 3 hours. And it's just like the energy that I do have, I preserve that because I have to be a mom. And Lottie needs as much from me as I can possibly give her. So if I only have 70% that day, Lottie gets 69. Or if I only have 56%, she gets 55. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever I have when I'm dealing with my mental health, I give it to Lottie because she needs that from me. And I'm aware also that I need it for myself, but sometimes my cup is not full. Actually, a lot of times my cup is not full. And I'm working on that daily, but in general, life is just very exhausting for me. I don't have a lot of physical support where we're located right now. And so between dealing with mental health and my physical health, like being sick, having chronic illnesses that people don't see, it's just been very hard to keep up with everything. So that has been going on for the last couple of months. I am in a better space, thank goodness. I feel like the sun is trying to peek out. I've been listening to a lot of anxiety affirmations, fear affirmations, like the ones that play for 8 to 12 hours at night into your subconscious while you're sleeping. Like I listen to that every night when I go to sleep. I've been trying to do more things for myself. I'm trying to make myself a priority, make self-care rituals a daily thing and not just, oh, every other Sunday I do self-care. So I've been very intentional with what I've been feeding myself, what I've been doing myself, walking on the earth and grounding more, praying more, working on changing my core values, the way that I think, the way that I speak about myself. So it's been very slow and steady work, but I'm committed to it because I want to feel my best. So pivoting into physical health, so I think I talked about it on YouTube, but I'm not really sure. So I have something that's called SMA syndrome. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm just going to put it on the screen. Basically what it comes down to is an artery collapse in my stomach. One of the main arteries It basically borderline stops blood flow, if I can understand that correctly. Makes it hard to eat, bloating, pain, like sharp pains in my stomach, constant nausea. It's just a lot of symptoms that come with it, which also make me extremely exhausted. So I've been dealing with that. It's been going on for years now. I was supposed to have surgery 2 years ago, but COVID was like, we're not doing surgery unless you're dying. And I was like, but I kind of am, because I want lemon pepper wings, lemon pepper wings, and I haven't been able to have them. So I actually haven't been able to eat any meat since the end of 2019. So I'm supposed to have surgery this year. I have an appointment with the surgery clinic coming up, so prayerfully I'll be able to have that done. It's looking from either 4 weeks of recovery or 12 weeks, depending on how severe it is, but we won't know until we open me up, so that's kind of scary. I do have a GoFundMe if anybody wants to help with my recovery fund, because I'll be out of work until I can function. So I'll post that down below as well. As far as how I feel about having the surgery, I had a lot of anxiety about the recovery. Just how I'm going to deal with the pain. But I've been in pain also for so long that I'm like, the pain from recovery is going to be way less than the pain that I've been dealing with for years now. So let's go. Also a little bit of sadness with having to do the surgery now, because I really have been wanting to relocate out of this city, and having to have surgery means that I stop working. Stopping working means that I'm not making any money, and I'm not able to save and do the things that I need to do so that we can relocate. And I understand that it is just pushing it back, but I have been here so long that I'm just like, why more time? Why? For what? Like, I know God has a plan, and I try to remember that, but bro, I'm ready to leave. Like, as soon as my divorce finalized, I wish that I could have left the next day. Like, I wish that I could have been able to do that, but here we are. So I mean, it is what it is. I just have to go with the flow of things and continue to do what's best for us. So what I've been doing mentally is like, okay, when we took care of this thing, now that thing is taken care of, let's do this next thing. Let's check out this next thing. So I've just been like creating a list of boxes in my head that allow me to not feel so overwhelmed, or that allow me to not feel like I'm not making any progress in life. Because sometimes I feel like my life is moving so slow that I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? Am I lazy? Am I not disciplined? Am I making the wrong moves? Like, what am I doing that is not, aligning with the future that I'm trying to create for myself and for my daughter? So surgery, I mean, I'm ready to get it over with so we can move forward and do the next steps to, moving on with our life. I've been in and out of therapy just because timing, appointments, we were gone majority of the month of April. And so now I have to make an appointment to get back with it. But you know how I am about therapy. I love my therapist. If she wasn't my therapist, she'd be like my homegirl. But I think that would be weird. So she's just my therapist. Go to therapy, whether you feel like you need it or not. What else? More positive news, I guess. I started an online course a couple of months ago. I won't specify what, but it's something that I'm really, really excited about, and I can't wait to finish it so that I can share this with you all because I feel like this is going to be a turning point for my life. Like, I finally put myself out there to do something that makes me happy, that brings me peace, that brings me joy. You know, finding dreams after you become a mom are hard. And so taking the leap of faith for me was very scary. Like, I'm not somebody who's turned down by fear, but for me it was just scary because I didn't think that I was good enough to pursue this thing. So I'm just very excited for the outcome of it. Also, recently, I guess within the last 6 months or so, I guess I started trying to put myself back on the dating market. Is it the market or is it the pool? The pool got pee in it? Something like that? Yeah, sis started dating people's children's. Not children's, but like, you know, people's like offsprings, but like grown people, like over 25. Okay, cause you know what I'm saying, I don't know. It ain't I ain't no what is it? I ain't no sugar mama. We ain't doing it. But yeah, so I started dating. It's been traumatizing. What the it makes me want to stay in my shell. I'm going to be honest. It has been so eye-opening on how scary dating can be. It has made me not to want to date ever again in my life, but that is why I continue to do it, because I've met some amazing people, had some amazing times, go on some really nice dates, have experienced some great people, great conversations, and great moments. I love that it's enlightening trauma and things that make me uncomfortable, because in order to work through it, I have to acknowledge it. And if you're not putting yourself in the position to acknowledge it, then you really don't know how much it bothers you or how much it affects you. I haven't been in a relationship in like 5 years. Just because I knew that after I left my marriage, I needed to really heal. I didn't know myself. I didn't know who I was, what my interests were, what I liked. I didn't, other than my name, I was like, who are you? Like, I didn't even know like what I enjoyed, my taste in things. I didn't know anything about myself. And I really wanted to focus on figuring out who Kiara was. So that's what I did with those 5 years. Loads of self-love and quality time learning how to be alone. Shit does not bother me. It does not faze me at all. I actually love the peace of mind that comes with being alone. It's not scary for me. So when I started dating again, it was really eye-opening to see that there are few things that really bother me, and I think the biggest thing has become vulnerability. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I don't like opening up about certain feelings. I don't like telling people that I like them. I just don't like it. And I keep finding myself in the situations where I'm like, Kiara, you have to be honest, because if you're not honest, then you don't know what can come from this. And if you don't know what can come from this, then you're going to be upset because you're not going to be having any answers, and you don't like to not have answers. Either it's a yes or a no, because you're a black and white type of girl. There is no gray area, and in order for you to move forward, you have to address these things. Like, dating is hard. I don't like starting over. And I think that's my biggest issue, is I don't like starting over. I don't like starting with new people. Because if I gravitated toward a certain person and then the shit doesn't work out, I'm just like, wow, like, I wasted a lot of energy on you. And I guess I shouldn't look at it as a waste, because I probably learned something. But like, it's so hard for me to fall into like with somebody that if that shit don't work out, I'd be like, God, if I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life, just say that. Like, if it ain't nothing out there for me, if I ain't praying the right prayer, if you're not gonna send no tracking number to my email about the person you got for me, what am I doing? But I'm gonna, keep trying. Through this dating experience, right, I've also realized that I might want another kid one day. For years I couldn't say that because my pregnancy and my delivery was so negative. I never wanted to be pregnant again, never wanted to have another person's child, because why would I put myself through that again? Like, I just did not trust that somebody was going to have my back and love me the way that I was supposed to be loved. But Lottie just turned 6. I would love for her to have a sibling from me, like a little partner in crime. I would also like to have that experience where I am loved the way that I'm supposed to be loved and supported during one of the hardest times in a woman's life. I'm also really, really annoyingly good with kids. Like, I really take the gentle, conscious, respectful, whatever you want to call it, parenting serious. And I love how much my relationship with Lottie has developed because of that. So that's just like a little side note that I've realized during dating. I've also realized that even though I'm not high maintenance, there are things that I require a lot more, especially with me turning 30 last year. It's just like shit that used to not be a big deal. It is a big deal to me now. How you pay attention, how you help me cope when I'm having an anxiety attack, or opening the door for me, or providing the peace that I provide for you, just like meeting me in the middle. Like, I used to overcompensate a lot. I used to feel like I had to prove myself. I used to feel like I had to show you that I was worthy of your love. But like, now I'm fully aware of what type of person I am, what I offer, what I bring to the table, and all these things. And now it's a lot easier for me to weed people out if you're inconsistent, things like that. If you're not open, as far as like if you're not open-minded, your communication style, things like that, I pay a lot of attention to these days. Like, it's not just about can we have fun. Like, fun is cool, but like, do you get along with your mama? You got mommy issues? Because I noticed that when I date men with mommy issues, they usually don't know how to treat women. Let's talk about it. How was you with your mama? You know what I'm saying? Like, now I pay attention to everything while I'm dating. So that's been an interesting facet into my life. I've had a shift in my friendships. I had some discussions with some people last year. Some reacted positively. Some reacted not so positively. And I guess I wasn't really looking for it to be positive. I was wanting to be heard. And instead of being heard, I was gaslit, whichever way you say that word. It's gaslit. Certain people didn't take, responsibility, and really made me feel like it didn't matter, that it made me feel like my feelings didn't matter, when I don't think they understood how hard it was for me to open up. Because usually I'm a person who doesn't like to shake the earth. Like, I don't like to shake the earth, especially with like my closest people. I just wish sometimes that things would figure itself out. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but like, sometimes I just wish it worked itself out, and so when it doesn't, I'm like, I'm stressing. What do I say? Okay, all right, okay, because like I'm an introvert and I'm shy and I'm awkward, so I'll have the conversation in my head, right, and it'll happen here perfectly, and I'll replay it 67 times, and then when I have it, it doesn't go like that, and I'm like, fuck, this isn't how I thought that it was gonna go. So now what the fuck do I do? What do I do now? So I had to like step away from certain people, like no shade or anything to them. Like I hope they're living their best lives. I hope that they are great. I just didn't feel like they were a good match for me, because I know what type of friend I am. And I feel like, especially like I'm the same way when it comes to my friendships, to my romantic relationships. Like if I'm this type of person, I also need that reciprocation back. Friendships are just a little bit different, because just like you have to factor in life and situations and people, what people have going on. My phone is going ham for no reason. Nobody ever contacts me ever, okay? Nobody. Well, one or two people, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, now I want to pick up the camera and now you want to blow my phone up. Like, relax. Back to friendships. So yeah, so having to have those conversations, and then realizing that these people were not for me, it was hard to, let them go, because I don't like change. But I realized that the only thing that was tying me to certain people was time. Oh, I've known them for a long time. Oh, we've been friends for this long, and so and I just kept telling myself that, Kiara, you want a circle of people who put in what you also put in. You can't expand that circle if you don't let go of the people who are not supposed to be there. And for me, I'm just like, okay, I can't hold on to blessings if I'm holding on to the wrong thing. And so I'm just like, okay, I have to let it go. And like after, I stopped dealing with certain people, like I felt lighter. I felt better. There was no more like anger, walking on eggshells, feeling like I wasn't good enough, wishing that they loved me the way that I loved them. But I feel like I owed an explanation. I do want to come back to being on here once a week. I love doing my videos, and I love that people get something from my videos when they do decide to watch. And so grateful for people reminding me about engaging in the things that I love, because sometimes I forget what it is that I need. Yeah, I'm grateful for my circle, and I'm grateful to you all. And I'm gonna leave it here, because at this point I'm rambling. If you're struggling with your mental health, do your best to reach out, or surround yourself with good people. Therapy, working out, getting into nature, music, cleaning. And I know that this sounds like some stereotypical bullshit, but just coming from me, if I just get 5 minutes of like, damn, I want to clean, because my anxiety is bad and my room is a mess, and I understand that my room is a mess because I'm anxious, and I'm anxious because my room is a mess. Like if you have those 5 minutes where you're feeling like, fuck, I want to get up and and do some shit. Get up and do whatever the shit is that your brain is telling you to do. Because a lot of times when I get into that mode, it makes me feel a lot better. And I know that during these times you feel like you want to be withdrawn. You don't want to be around people. You feel like a burden. You don't want to reach out. Please reach out. Reaching out has been one of the hardest things for me. Letting people know that I'm, hurting or not okay has done me so good, because it allows me to not carry everything alone. And I think that you need to know that you don't have to carry things alone. That there are other people who are experiencing things just like you. That whatever you're feeling, whether it's dealing with like bipolar disorder, manic depression, schizophrenia, like you're not dealing with any of these things by yourself. Like there's thousands of us who are like not okay at some given time, and it doesn't make you not wanted or unloved. So I hope that you find somebody. And if you don't have anybody, I'm always open to being a blanket. My name is Olaf and I like warm hugs. Okay, so reach out. I would love for you guys to share down in the comments what you have been up to. Share the good, bad, and ugly with me. Whatever you want, I would just love to hear about it. And yeah, I feel like this video is going to be long enough. So I'm going to blow you some kisses. And I'm going to say thank you for watching. And I can't wait to film another video because this was so nice. Alright? I love you.